Okay, after entirely too much welding, I actually want to change this. Alright. It didn't fall. Yay. Okay. Alright. So we're going to use the four-way. Because we're actually going to put a second tank down below, because I realized we didn't have any retro thrusters. That would have been bad. Alright, so let's grab this out. And we're going to do the same here. We're just going to... There we go. Okay. So let's go check, make sure everything is positioned properly. Everything is looped in. We've got an oxygen tank here. Come up. Got a couple of more tanks over here. Operational efficiencies. Alright. Got our crew deck, well, the command deck in place. Oh, and we're gonna have to figure out what to do with the back section. Okay. So everything looks like it's actually piped in correctly this time. Okay. So if we're doing that, let's actually, what do I need? I need steel plates for these. Okay. That's easy enough. Let's go grab some steel plates. I'll grab like 100. Okay. So if we've got those, let's do something like that. I'll do the same on the other side here. And then that will allow us to put a tank there. A tank there. And then 4 of these should be enough. I don't know, should we put... I'm kind of tempted to have these connected through here. Alright, let's get rid of that for now. You are the hydrogen thrusters. And so I'm thinking something like this. I really need to find a better solution for this walkway stuff. Alright. So if we do something like that, that gives us 4 retro thrusters, which, I mean, realistically, we're not going to be using them for much inside of a planetary system, or inside of planetary wells. Hell, I don't know if we're going to be using them much outside of planetary wells until we actually get into space with this thing. Alright, and then this beast, I'm thinking I want to set this up on a hinge. That'll allow us to have everything, basically gives us a large thruster for lift if we need it, that we can then convert into forward propulsion. But if I do that, I'm going to have to put a couple of merge blocks in, because I really don't feel like writing a program for the AI in this ship to deal with vectored thrust. And the hinge bring it out. Where would I put? I guess I could put the merge block there and put it on the back of this thing. Alright, let's... Yeah, okay, you are actually attached, right? Actually... What I'll need to do is, I'll need to do the whole hinge build out and then see where everything ends up. Because in theory, we'll be able to swing it around, but I don't know how that's actually going to work, so I guess we're going to take this thing apart. Right. And one of the benefits of working next to giant cargo containers. Oop.
Inventory full.
Now, I had thought maybe having large thrusters, like one large thruster on both sides on the back of these things with an override. So when you have this thruster turned off, these thrusters turn on, so they would act as kind of a cruise control. So we wouldn't have too much system drift. So we'd be able to leave the inertial dampeners on and still have forward propulsion that I wouldn't have to really worry too much about. Because if I get this to work with merge block, I mean, I guess I could actually I mean, I guess I could actually build the two on the back side, or these two as the hinged thrusters and leave that be as it is. That could be kind of cool, and that also goes with my mantra of keeping basically one large thruster per container. Now that I've almost completely ground this thing down, yeah. Let's do that. Because if I'm going to put large thrusters on it, I may as well add some functionality that will help us out. And I think it'll make the design, the lines of the ship look a little bit better. Okay. What are you picking up? Sitting here like, it didn't take me this many trips to break the stuff down. Clear that out. Alright, and you... you are not... Actually, let's do it this way. Boop. Which I think is the one over there, yes? Yeah. There we go. Alright. While we're here, just go ahead and drop this stuff off. I do also want to put food production in on this because we're going to need it. And what I may do is build this into the floor. Alright, before we get to that point, let's deal with our engine systems first. Alright. That means we can take all of this out. Alright, and then if we do we want a hinge. Like so. Hinge like so. And actually we want to weld up those hinges first. Let's go hinge, hinge part, and hinge. Okay. Should be the only thing in the builder. Yeah. Okay. And basically, we want to get this welded up before we attach anything to it, because we don't want it dragging itself down.
Energy low.
Let's grab this really quick. So it looks like construction components are what we're missing in the system, which is fine. We can make those. Are actually really easy to make. Let's go. You are assembler, I believe, right? No, fabricator. Like 2K of those. Should be good. Alright, now the other thing I want to look at. So we have landing gear to keep this thing stable. We have thrusters to provide lift. We have a bunch of thrusters we still have to get in for lateral control, but we have primary propulsions forward. We have lift, we have lateral right and left, port and starboard. We have vertical control descent thruster. So we need to get one of you guys up and running, which means getting one of the tanks up and running. Okay, so let's get you first. Get you first. Alright. So now we can get... Let's see if the... And... Okay, that's all done. Alright. Everything looks good. Okay. So see if we can get the rest of this in before we have to probably out of large steel tubes, honestly. Okay, and with you being done, okay. gonna add you guys. Okay. Alright, so then the rest of it is just getting this thing welded up. And why are you trying to pull tubes out?
No energy.
Ah, crap. Quick, quick, get in the ship. Oh, made it. And while we're here, we should be able to eat a little bit of our food and water. Hopefully. Alright, so now that that's done, I need 15 steel tubes. Huh? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with two small steel tubes. Should have them. We'll see. Hey, look at that. Okay. Alright, so that gives us most of our basic controls. Yes, we have a thruster to stop, a thruster to send, thrusters to ascend, and thrusters to push. We've got a couple of gyros in place. And we actually have room to add 1, 2 more if we need to, and maybe even put some on the sides if we find that we need more power in our navigation systems. Alright. I should say our flight control systems. So now the question is where are we going to put our respawn system and food systems? So I'm thinking, because we don't need direct access to it, so maybe take this and that, and that gives us 2 on this side with 2 coming off the conveyor there. So where is it? Our daily needs, there we go. So what I'm thinking here is we're not going to use the soil grower. We will use food. We'll use hydroponics, resequencer. I guess we can throw the soil tray in. I'd love to throw an emergency rations kit in, but these things are only small grid. Oh. So yeah, we'll just use this. And then we'll do one over here, which I think over here is going to be 6. So you need girders for that. Let's go hydroponics and food sequencer. You know, because a little bit of the bleed off radiation to kill anything that might be building up in the food supply. Not a bad idea, right? And you are the water system, and that we need girders. Okay. Alright, so we want to add 1, 2, and 3. Okay. Wow, that's close. Okay. So we'll grab this stuff. And eventually, alright, so grab all that. Step out the back here. Let's go grab the rest of the parts for this. Go check to make sure Dredden's vehicle is okay. We'll check that shortly. As we're playing around with new ways of distributing materials, and I'm wondering if his system is actually working. Come on. Yeesh. Alright, so that's that. We need the food system. Drop down. Go grab this stuff. Just because it's a little bit faster, and I'm not really worried about losing or using ice. Okay, so now I need to check to make sure this still allows us to pressurize everything. Come on. Hey, yes, okay, so it does hold pressure. That's good. So we open that, and we'll close that. Make sure this still holds pressure. Takes a couple of seconds. Come on. You can figure it out. There it is. Okay, so yes, everything does allow us to pressurize. That's good. So then, it comes down to, what are we doing in this back section? So I'm thinking I want to have that open up, and what we'll do is basically have this be a raised area that comes up a level. And then that'll allow us to put the med bay in, because we can have, let's go like so. So we could put a conveyor block in here. And the question is can I get, actually, yeah, that should work. It just means this is going to come up another level and then wrap down. So let's get this stuff out of here. And if we go something like that. that opens up all of this. I mean, technically, what are our stairs looking like? I want a 1x grid of those. I would really like to have a 1x grid.
Inventory full.
Of course it is. I mean, I guess we could potentially get away with using... No, because we would still need... Let's fold it up really quick. That comes up, that lets us have space here. And then we just end up with something like so. And we do something over here, like so. Grab the last of this stuff. Alright, let's go grab some plates. Get this welded in. What do I need those for? I need that for something. Let me go check. I think one of you guys needed this, right? So if I get...
Inventory full.
Of course it is.
Inventory full.
Take you out for a second. I was gonna make sure everything... Yeah, you're the one that mirrored the glass. Okay. Alright, and then that will allow us to potentially create maybe like some kind of strap system to hold everything in to protect this all a little bit better. Alright, anyway. Got that, got that. Yeah, I'll figure something out because I definitely want to have this armored up a little bit better than it is currently. But for now, we will do that just a placeholder. Alright, so I still got a bunch of small steel tubes. Was that for one of you guys? No? Okay. So it gives us 2 large cargo containers. And drop all that stuff off. Actually, want. Yeah, that'll work. So this will get welded in. This will get welded in. Because these are going to be. Actually, this will probably get welded all the way back here then.
Energy low.
And just to make sure this is all loaded. Alright. So what we could do is have what is it? Survival kit. Now, if I remember, these things are not designed, yeah. The one device that should be designed with a conveyor connector on the bottom. So if I want to use that, I have to then have at least that. Which again technically works. It puts an emergency spawn. Well, it gives us a spot to respawn, also gives us basic crafting functionality, which is... yeah, I think that's more important than having an actual medical bay up here. Because the only thing that the med bay really gives us is faster recharging. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Conjunction, conveyor tube, survival kit. Let's go grab some parts. Conveyor junction. 45. And other stuff.
Energy critical.
But you know who has a display? You have a display. Okay. Not getting any hydrogen. Wonder why we're not getting hydrogen. Okay, so that conveyor block goes through the reactor. Is it because the reactor is off? Because you guys should have some hydrogen in your tank here. Auto refill bottles. So if I drop hydrogen bottles in there, we should get some hydrogen out of it. I might put a window in there. that just gives us what? I'm thinking put a conveyor block here, which allows us to have a side port or something later on if we ever need it. This gives us a small space for LCDs up here. And then we can just finish that off in that way. And aluminum plates. Actually, do I have aluminum plates here? No. Got a few other things, but not aluminum plates. Okay. Right, so if we go this way, with them, and so if we do that, we can take these out really quick. And then I'm thinking maybe we'll just do something like this. How many plates do I have? Don't have a whole lot. Okay. Alright, so it's 1, 2, 3, that's going to be 9, 9, 12, 15. Okay. Just see if we have the parts for these. We'll drop off everything else. Side empty, we want actually only things on this grid. Basically we're looking for the stuff that we need to move over into here, just for ease of management. Okay. And we want that to be gas refinery. So you get to start processing that. And this is no. Yeah. I guess it just makes it a little easier to find everything. Without having to go crazy looking for everything. Okay, so I did that. Oh, grabbing plates. Go grab the rest of this stuff. We get this welded up. Probably do some lighting. definitely want to get some lighting in here to figure out, just... just so we can figure out what we actually need. Looks like we're out of small steel tubes. See how far this gets us. Alright. I'll put everything else into production because we're going to need more of it no matter what it is. Looks like we have 3 spots, so we're gonna go 2 and 3. I'm just gonna go queue up everything anyway, and then while that's producing, all right, we'll go up and take a look at the Dread and the ship, make sure everything is okay. Had to build a little hangar for it.
Critical.
Yes, I know energy is critical. Threatening life support's gonna fail. His little runner here. Looks like everything's working. Tether is in place. What is it called? It is conveyor hose attachment. What do I need for one of those? Alright, well, let's grab some power first. It looks like it's pulling power. Alright, so if we do that, be able to disconnect this, plug it into the hose attachment. We'll probably put one on both sides. Or I'll put it though, because I don't want to mess up his design too much. Well, realistically, I don't want to mess up his design at all, but can we get away with it? I can, okay. So if we do that, do I not have a plate? I have plate. I have a plate. Oh, it's because he owns it. Oh crap! No, I can place that. Why can't I place it here then? I can place it there, but I can't place it there, huh? Alright, well, we'll mess around about with that shortly. Let's go get our parts, get the rest of the other ship welded up. Nice. We're able to pick everything up. Okay. The idea is I'm going to get this closed off again, get it airtight. And then we can make the design decisions on what we want to do with it from there. Okay, so that'll get all welded. I don't want to view. Come on. All components, okay. Go weld this up really quick. And yes, I'll fix his armor. Alright. So since we're doing that, it's what is it? It's okay. Now, logical connection. It works. Alright, he can replace it later. I just want to make sure his vehicle gets actually charged up and everything. Oh, right. So that's that. We need plates to fill in the back, and we need one conveyor junction, yes. So grab that, and then a bunch of plates. Okay. And our backup tanks are at 91%, so we should have enough to get all this done. And then what we're going to do is check to make sure this thing is airtight. Because, oh, I have a weird history with things not being airtight that are supposed to be. So if you're ever out of power, well, if you're completely out of power, you're screwed, but, you know. So we come in. Check to see. Come on. There it is. So, yes. We do have air pressure. Okay. I'm gonna spawn on here. Check to make sure. Okay, so you're not piped into tanks, right? Because those were there. Okay. So your tanks run through into the vent on that side. Run through here on this side. And should be piped through there, because just to make sure we can get to cargo, right? All the ones on this grid. '21. Just make sure. 21, yep. Okay. So those all pipe through. We know these are piped through to here, to this point. Which means, in theory, I should be able to go into here. And Okay, so that's all piped through there. It's working. So why is it not piping up into here? I may need to change that connector. Oh, that's why it's not. Oh, silly how I'm like, why isn't it working? Because it's not connected. All right, I want this thing working before we call it a night. Of course, I worked through the night, and it looks like it's midday out there already. And the big question is, piped in, yes. And we now have hydrogen recharge. Awesome. Okay. That is good. And I could always take this out and put a air vent in. Could actually put an angled air vent in up here. But I kind of like having the having that there. And the fact that we can pressurize everything. If we close that. Did I speak too soon? Ah, there goes. Okay. And then what I'm thinking here is, do we have... I don't think we have anything on us for the lights. So if we go... Oh, we do. Okay. So I could put a light right there. That would light this area up. Maybe have like a desk or something sitting here. Couch wouldn't be a bad idea, actually. Hey, we could do bars. I'll probably use that. Actually, do I want to put this? Alright, so if we do that and that, because what I'm thinking is have something like that maybe, and something like that. So basically we have a small food and drink area. Or actually could even put a full kitchen. I guess we could put the kitchen in there. How would that look in that area? Yeah, that would probably work. And have a sofa right here looking out, so you can sit down and see whatever's coming at us. That could work. Have to change the color scheme up in here too, I think. So if we do, that's everything then. Okay, let's go grab a light bulb. Actually, I guess that... I know what we should do. Let's see if we can get this thing to lift on the thrusters we have. That's the last thing to test here. Okay, I'll go do a quick visual, make sure we've got fire in the ports here. We do, okay. Alright. Come on. Well, actually, since we know we have fire, let's get out from under this thing and see what happens when we cut this loose. Oh, I have a bad feeling this is going to hurt. All right, let's do it.